Hello and welcome to the BVB update for September 5th. I'm Stefan Butzko, and in this format I cover Borussia Dortmund news and other shenanigans. And today, of course, we will preview tomorrow's match and predict the starting lineup because, as UEFA like to say, it is T-1 match day. This is how they often write it on the official documents, because Borussia Dortmund will, of course, host FC Kopenhagen tomorrow. And a quick shout out to the Yellow Wall Pod, because please check it out. I have Søren Toft, a fellow Yellow Wall Pod listener and also a BVB fan from Copenhagen, on to preview tomorrow's game in more detail. But nevertheless, it is time for me to predict the starting 11 and get it wrong yet again. But more importantly, let's move over to the injury update and see what our coach Edin Terzic said today at the news conference. And about the personnel, he said, quote, "There are no updates about the long-term injured, which are Sebastian Haller, Mathieu Morey and Mahmoud Dahoud. We are still awaiting a decision on the treatment of Bynoe-Gittens' shoulder injury, because we're waiting for a second and third opinion and then decide whether he will need surgery or will treat the injury conservatively." And stick a pin in this, because I have more on that later. And Terzic also said that Donyell Malen and Karim Adeyemi are increasing their load in training. However, tomorrow's game might come too soon for them. But there's also good news, and that is that Rafael Guerreiro is back in team training, and so Dortmund expect him to play tomorrow. But a quick update on Donyell Malen and Karim Adeyemi, because as you can see here, today Borussia Dortmund, of course, had the first 15 minutes of their training session publicly televised by Borussia Dortmund, because it's open to media, and there it was very much visible that Donyell Malen and Karim Adeyemi were not visible. And since they could not participate, that means they are definitely out for tomorrow. And as you can also see here, Rafael Guerreiro is indeed back in team training, so there is a high hope and expectation that he will indeed play tomorrow. And before I predict the starting lineup, let's move over to an article by Ruhrnachrichten real quick, because about Bynoe-Gittens, they do write that he already suffered a shoulder injury on that shoulder that he injured against Hoffenheim before, and that the problem is that he did not only pop out his joint, but that he also suffered structural damage in that area. And the local newspaper say that he is to receive surgery and will approximately miss for 3 months. So that is obviously very tough news, because not only is Dahoud already out for the first half of the season, but so is now Bynoe-Gittens, and Mathieu Morey, who had to undergo knee surgery just recently, is also out for the first half of the season, not to speak, of course, of Sebastian Haller. So these are 4 players that are, I would say, starting 11 caliber, or very close to it, that are already out, and the congested schedule is only about to ramp up now, so I'm not looking forward to future BVB injury updates. But yeah, let's try to predict tomorrow's lineup, and here is my prediction. And I've actually chosen a 4-4-2 system, even though it doesn't entirely look like it here. But so this is pretty much the starting 11 that started against Hoffenheim. However, Rafael Guerreiro replaces Thomas Meunier, and Wolf switches back to the right side. And I have, of course, Moukoko up front, because Bynoe-Gittens also cannot start, and I would rather have him on the field than Thorgan Hazard. Though, if I'm really honest, I think I would expect Thorgan Hazard up front. If you're watching this before kickoff, just please let me know who you would pick. But I'm actually quite intrigued to see how a Moukoko Modeste double attack would look, and I think a 4-4-2 setup like this in the Champions League actually does make sense. Obviously about the double pivot with Bellingham and Özcan, I would not change a thing. I had a viewer tell me in the last video that players like Bellingham and Schlotterbeck probably do need a rest, and he's probably right. This is probably not the time to do it yet, but soon. So yeah, this is how I would assume it looks against the ball without possession, but in possession I assume it would look more like a 4-2-2-2, because Royce and Brandt would then tug on the inside, and de facto no true winger available, which is maybe the one reason Terzic plays Hazard. But really I would like to see Moukoko start and get some important Champions League game time. But this is it. There are some other news that I do not going to cover today, just because it's Labor Day in the United States, and we had family over, so I just do not find the time. So a quick one from my side. So please forgive me, but still subscribe, please. And yeah, like and comment and do all the good stuff. And I shall be back tomorrow with post-game quotes. Should Borussia Dortmund win? Otherwise, I'm not going to be in the mood for it, and we'll just do something else, maybe play video games. But yeah, before I waffle on, as always, thank you for watching and goodbye.